Hello guys, this is What About Nintendo, and today I am here with a very special video. Today I will be showing you guys how to make an ultra quiet work PC for under $500. Let's get right on into that, but before we do, I have an update for my giveaway. I will be adding some special items that I have recently acquired to the giveaway, and that is this special Gears of War 4 figurine, a little Power Rangers pin, and this special, I think it's a belt buckle. All cool items that I have recently acquired that I will be adding to the giveaway here. So if you want to join that giveaway, down in the description below. We will only be giving away these items and the $10 gift card of your choice if we get to 1,000 subscribers before February 20th. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and get into that giveaway down in the description below. But anyways guys, let's get right on into this video. First off, disclaimer though, because this is Amazon, these are all on Amazon, prices will vary, so even though it's under $500 now, the price may go up or down. It may be a little bit cheaper, it may be a little bit more expensive, so just disclaimer here, this price may not be the exact price when you go to buy this PC, depending on when you're watching this video, so prices may vary, especially if you're watching this far into the future. The prices should be way lower. If you're watching this right now, prices could go up or down at any time, so these are not the exact prices probably that you will be paying for, but this is going to be close enough to where it won't really matter that much. But anyways, let's get right on into this. So with any good PC, you're going to want to get yourself a nice case. This case here, Thermaltake Versa H15 Micro ATX Mini Tower computer, is a very nice option because it has some good features and it's very small, so it can fit onto any decks. For example, the front of the case, as you can see here, is fully perforated to give very good airflow to keep your PC nice and cool. It also has a ton of room for fans. As you can see here, you can actually hang two from the top, one in the back, and I believe one in the front as well. It may be small, but that does not mean that it cannot fit everything you need, as it can fit a full-size GTX 1080 graphics card if you so choose to put one in there. So don't worry about getting this, this case and not being able to add anything to it later down the road if you want. It's small enough to fit on your desk, but not so small that you cannot add things that you want. It also comes with a fan mounted on the back. The one you see here comes with that. So in my experience, the fans that come with these PCs are actually pretty quiet, but I'll be giving you the option of getting some nice ultra quiet PC fans if you so choose. But overall, a great case, great size, great airflow. It's actually a newer version of the one I bought, and it's very cheap, only about $40, and it comes with free shipping. In fact, all of the items that I picked out here come with free shipping. And of course, for any good PC, you're going to want to get yourself a nice motherboard. This thing is the brains of the operation, essentially the heart and soul of your computer, so you do not want to skimp out. But luckily, you can get a nice motherboard for a nice price. The B250 here that I'm looking at right now, you guys are seeing, is actually the one that I have in my rig, which I use for video editing, live streaming, and high graphics intense gaming. So do not worry about this being any kind of a pushover of a motherboard. MSI is also a very good brand, and this comes with a lot of nice features, including 4 slots for RAM up to 2400 Hertz. It comes with a 1151 slot here for your CPU, which is going to be compatible with the CPUs I'm going to show in just a bit. It comes with tons of options for USB 3.0s, USB 2.0s. Of course, it comes with pretty much anything you can think of. It even comes with a USB-C, got the HDMI 3.1, I believe. So it has a lot of really nice components on here, a lot of options, and it even comes with the new SSD in the form of the M.2 chips. So you can put those. In fact, I have one installed on my motherboard right now. It's super fast, but it's also super expensive, so you probably won't be building that in this build, but it has the option to upgrade later if you so choose, which is a nice thing about this entire build. In fact, I picked out specific parts so that you can upgrade if you want. I picked a pretty much fully modular PC so that if you want eventually, you know, right now maybe you're shooting for that $500 price point, but later if you get more money and you want some extra beef to your setup, you can easily slot new things in here. So I specifically set up this for that. In fact, that's how I did my PC. I just had the base about $500 and I've got new stuff down the road. Overall, this is a great setup, easy to add new things to, and a lot of really nice features, and it's super fast. So it's really nice. And it's only $65. In fact, this is a great downgrade to the price, because when I bought it, it was actually about $100. So you guys are getting a really good deal here. Next up, of course, you want to get yourself a nice CPU here. And at first, looking at this is only a dual-core 3.7 gigahertz Pentium processor. And at first you might say, 2 cores, that's not really gonna be enough for what I need. But actually, this is the CPU that I put in my computer starting out, and it worked really well. It is super fast. It can handle a lot of really heavy workloads. It actually is hyper-threaded, so every core has 2 threads, so it actually has 4 threads in here, even though it only has 2 cores. Generally 2 cores equals 2 threads, but now with the new 7th generation processors, you can have 4 threads with only 2 cores. It is, of course, the compatible 1151 slot for our motherboard, and it comes with Intel HD Graphics 630. Now, while you won't be playing any high-intensity graphic games on here, it is plenty of power here for if you want to use just general video editing and things like that. It should be plenty to start out with. Now, I used this for months and months and made many videos on this, and it worked fine. It's super fast. Just roaming the web, to video editing, to streaming, to even playing games, it does pretty decently if you have a graphics card to go with it. Overall, not bad at all, and it's not a bad price range, only $103 as you can see here. And so overall, I think this is a great CPU. I used it for many months, and it served me very well. Probably one of the fastest dual-core CPUs I've ever seen. Definitely Intel, worked some I don't know, some kind of wizardry, some kind of dark magic over Intel to get this thing with only dual cores to be so efficient. And the heat level on this is so low. You'll never have any problems with this thing overheating or anything like that, or keeping your build too hot. It works super efficiently and pretty dang powerfully for a dual core CPU. Next up, you want to get yourself some RAM. Now, this RAM might be a little expensive at the moment, as RAM prices are skyrocketing, but I actually found a pretty good deal here for this RAM. Of course, it's the Ballistic Sport, which is a very good brand. Ballistic is a very good RAM brand. They do very well. All their stuff is super efficient and super powerful, so you don't have to worry about this being some kind of cheapo off-brand or anything like that. DDR4 2400 megahertz, which is the max speed that the motherboard in this system can handle. Super fast. When I switched over to this RAM, it was just night and day. I mean, this stuff is lightning speed. While it's not the fastest on the market, it is pretty high up there. In fact, it is faster than most people's builds, and it will be super nice for your work PC, as you need to be switching between applications. You need to be 8 gigabytes is a great amount of storage to start off with, and since the motherboard that I gave with this build has 4 slots, you can actually easily buy another 8 gigabytes and slap those in there. And this is 4 gigabytes times 2, which, if you did not know, is actually more efficient than one stick of 8, because they can work off each other and have different workloads and things like that, and they work as 2 units, which is better than 1 unit. This is super fast RAM, and it will work really well for you. Next up, of course, you're going to want to get yourself some nice storage. Now, of course, with all work PCs, you don't want to get yourself a hard drive. Hard drives are super slow, let me tell you. But this here is a really nice SSHD, or solid state hybrid drive. This is 5 times faster than your typical hard drive, while only being about 2 times the price. This here, you can get 2 terabytes of FireCuda SSHD, 3.5 inch, very small, compact to fit into that case we had earlier, but lightning fast, as I said, about 5 times faster than your typical hard drive, while being not much more expensive. Now, while an a normal SSD will be a bit faster than this, about 2 to 3 times faster, this also means it's not 2 to 3 times the price. If you want to get a 1 terabyte SSD, that would be about $300. So instead of paying $600 to get 2 terabytes of SSD, you can go and get yourself a nice $100 for SSHD. And that's not as fast as a regular SSD, it is still super fast, and you can fly through applications. Things will load really fast. And in fact, this is the very solid state hybrid drive that I plan to put in my rig, because at the moment my SSD is filling up like crazy. I only have 275 gigabytes, and I really want to get this to go along with that, because it's really fast and it just holds a lot of space. 2 terabytes should be plenty for what you need, even if you want to keep tons and tons of files in there. I mean, 2 terabytes is just a lot of space, so you should be very good on that. And for only $100, that is a nice price for a fast hard drive with a lot of space. So of course, with any PC, you're going to want to get yourself a good mouse, because how are you going to get through all your different work applications if you can't actually scroll over and click on anything? Now, while this mouse is not going to break any records for high DPI, and it probably won't be the best mouse for some first-person shooter games, but it will be plenty enough for you to scroll through Adobe or Premiere or anything like that, or Audacity, or any kind of work application you have. It also has 5 adjustable DPI levels. It is a USB wireless mouse. It takes only one. I was surprised. I was looking through it. It only takes one AAA battery, or AA battery here. So the battery usage is very low. Like, you're not going to have to spend much money at all on batteries here. And it has a nice amount of features with 5, as I said, 5 adjustable DPI levels, that being 800, 1200, 1600, 2000, and 2400. And it has 6 different buttons on the side that you can use for different applications if you want to use those, because those are, I found in my experience that those are very nice if you want to switch and use them for hotkeys and stuff like that, which is very convenient for different work applications if you want to set different hotkeys to those buttons. Overall, it may not be the best gaming mouse in the universe, but for only $10 it will serve you very well for any work applications you may need. Next is the keyboard. Of course, this is not anything special. This keyboard, I mean, it types. I mean, it will let you get through applications. I mean, it's just a normal keyboard here. Of course, I mean, when you're doing work, you don't really need to spend a lot of money on some kind of crazy gaming keyboard with a trillion, LED lights and different settings and stuff. For what all intents and purposes, like, all I use is a generic Mac keyboard. Like, I use a Windows PC and I don't even have a Windows keyboard. This will serve you very nice. I mean, you don't really need much when it comes to a keyboard. There's not much to say here. Nice price on a decently nice keyboard. Next up are the fans. Now, I would recommend getting these fans for sure. I've got this case fan, 120mm 3-pin, and it is ultra quiet. I can definitely recommend the Arctic fans. In fact, that's what I got for my computer build, because the fans that come with the Pentium processors and with the cases, while the case fan is not that loud, it could still be quieter, and the one that comes with the CPU fan is just absolute garbage, but I'll get into that later. First off, we got the case fan here. Now, you might want to replace this with the case fan that is in your PC case that comes with the one I was showing you earlier, but you do not have to. As I was saying, those are actually pretty dang quiet. So you could either replace that one, or you could put this as a second fan, because that fan, indeed, that case can hold up to, I think, 3 different case fans. Some of them attached to the top, some of them attached to the side, one attaches to the front. A lot of different fans you can put on here. So if you want to keep an ultra quiet PC rig, especially if you're streaming or recording video, I definitely recommend this. I have this in my own build. But next up is the more important fan. This is the nicest CPU fan I have had the pleasure of using, and it is extremely quiet. Now, while you can hear it if you're using extremely high workloads, it is not very loud at all. Easy to remove with any sort of simple background noise reducer, as I use in Audacity, and even then you may not need to use that at all, because it is, I'm telling you, super quiet. Even at the highest workloads, it is barely audible. So unless you're doing super high quality audio, you do not really need to use any kind of background noise reducers at all. And this will keep your CPU super quiet. I do not recommend that Pentium processor. Do not use the fan that comes with it if you care about your CPU at all. I was using that one, especially if you want to upgrade to a newer CPU. You definitely do not want to use that one, because the thermal paste that is on that is terrible. It turns to dust. Do not use, I'm telling you, do not use the fan that comes with the CPU and the Pentium. You will regret it. I regretted it. The thermal paste literally turned to dust and flew across my entire PC. I had to clean it all out. The fan that comes with the Pentium is the loudest, crappiest fan with the crappiest heatsink I've ever seen. Literally just switching between this, the fan that comes with the Pentium, and this super nice fan took the heat levels from 100 degrees Celsius to around 50 degrees Celsius or less. So under normal loads. Of course, it can get up to 60 or 70 degrees Celsius, but that's well within the normal limits, and that's on my i7 7700K, which is a much hotter CPU than the Pentium. So definitely get this. It's only $13. You can it's included in the build under $500 in total. So this will not bring your price above $500, and it's well worth it. You'll keep your CPU nice. You'll keep your PC ultra quiet, and overall you'll just have a much better experience. And while it is a bit of a pain to install, definitely do not throw those instructions away, because you're going to need them. It is definitely worth it. The heatsink and the fan on this are way better than that come with the Pentium, and they are super quiet. So for any nice PC, of course, you're going to want a sweet power supply to power all those nice gizmos and gadgets that I just showed you throughout this video. And this one is a very good choice. EVGA is a very nice company, and they made a very nice power supply here. It is 450 watts, which will easily power everything in this video, and if you get anything like a new graphics card, more RAM, anything like that, it can easily power that as well. It is fully modular and comes with a 5-year warranty. I really wish I had gotten this for my PC, as many of the cords here you do not need them for this initial build, but you may want them later. So this being modular will keep having from extra cords lying around in my PC. I wish I had bought this. It's only $5 more than the non-modular version, and having that less cords will keep better airflow. You don't have to rest cords or tie them up around everything to keep them from resting on your motherboard. Overall, it's much easier to install, save you a lot of pain and a lot of work and just time, and it's a very, very nice power supply. I use the non-modular version in my computer, and I wish I bought the modular version because at only $5 it is a way better setup. Just having the modularity of it. Is modularity even a word? I don't know. But just being able to unplug all the cords that I don't need and keep them for later if I want to use them at a later date would have been super nice. So definitely I recommend you get this power supply. And the fan on it, super quiet, keeps it nice and cool. And it has enough power to, as I said, power everything in this build and extras if you want to add like a graphics card like I did to my PC. So yeah, that is everything you will need for a $500 ultra quiet work PC. And as I said, this is a very nice build because while it's super fast and it will work super well for only $500 for any kind of work application you need, if you ever want to upgrade it, get a newer CPU, like I put the i7-7700K into my build, super nice quad-core CPU, and I put a GTX 1066GB into my build. It is modular enough to where you can add anything you want. In fact, I added another set of 8GB of RAM. So if you need this, while this will be perfect enough for your first setup, if you ever want to get a beefier build, if you ever want to add just that extra nice bit of customization and more power, it is very nice. And as you can see here, everything I showed is in my cart here, and it only adds up to $490. So a very, very nice, very fast, very efficient, just any kind of keyword you want to use for this kind of stuff, it is that, and it's super cheap, only less than $500. But as I said, prices may vary, it may go up and down, but it's going to stay typically around $500 depending on when you watch this video. Overall, I definitely recommend this setup. In fact, it is pretty much the exact setup. It's a little bit better, actually, than the setup that I started with, and I've been doing this YouTube and different things, live streaming, video editing. I was doing all of that kind of stuff. Even gaming a bit. You can even do a bit of gaming if you want to get a graphics card. You don't even have to upgrade your CPU or anything. Overall, very modular and will work very well for a very, very good price. But anyways, guys, that's all for this video. If you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this Monday through Friday, and let me know down in the comments below what you think of this build. If you choose to purchase this build, make sure to let me know how it suits you, and if you have any other recommendations on parts, maybe there's a better part that maybe you think a certain part could be better, or maybe you found a cheaper way of doing the same thing, definitely let me know down in the comments below. And and if you like this video, I'll try to do some more PC builds. Maybe I'll try to do a nice gaming build, or maybe I'll do more expensive builds or different things like that. And of course, if you're not in the giveaway, you can get either a $10 gift card of your choice. There's this nice buckle from Marvel. I almost said DC there. There's the Power Rangers clip, and there's this sweet Gears of War 4 action figure that you can get in that giveaway. Only though if we get to 1,000 subscribers before February 20th. And also, I forgot to mention this earlier, but I'll be giving away $25 to the charity of my choice as well. So tons of different stuff. So help me, guys, to get to 1,000 subscribers, because you will definitely get some sweet rewards for that. But anyways, guys, I'll see all you guys later on What About Nintendo. Bye!